They're got. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Scott-Thorne and I am a vocal coach based in Glasgow. Now, if you'd like to meet and explore your voice a little more, you can find me on www.sstvocals.com. You can also find me on Instagram and Facebook, and I will put the handles down below and in the video there. So, we are going to be listening to 3 kids, I believe, younglings, called the TNT Boys. I've had loads of people getting in touch asking to check these guys out, and I completely forgot about it, if I'm honest. I was like, yeah, I put them on the list, and I just forgot to put them on the list. So apologies for people that have been waiting for ages, but we're doing it now. So I chose Flashlight. I think this is from their own YouTube channel, TNTV, which is very clever. So we're going to listen to that. My voice is a little bit tired because I was singing all of last night, so I doubt I'm going to be able to keep up with 3 kids if they're belting all over the place. So I might just have to explain some stuff rather than try and do it myself. I'll give it a shot, might be funny. Okay, let's do this. Let's listen to Flashlight by the TNT Boys.
TNT versions.
Oh, TNT versions, that's what the V is.
When tomorrow comes, I'll be on my own, feeling frightened of the things that I don't know. When tomorrow comes, tomorrow comes, tomorrow comes, and though the road is long, I look up to the sky, and then I take a fell. Let's hope that I won't fly, and I sing along, and I sing along.
Oh.
I got all I need when I get through and die. I look around me and see a sweet life. Stuck in the dark, but you're my flashlight. You're getting me through the night. Big star in my heart when you're shining in my eyes. Can't lie, it's a sweet life.
Oh, that was lovely.
You're getting me through the night. 'Cause you're my flashlight. Cause you're my flashlight. Cause you're my flashlight. Oh.
Okay, before we go into the second verse, listen to them. I mean, I don't want to be patronizing because they're incredibly talented, but it's so cute at the same time. I can't deal with it. And I think I actually do recognize these kids. I was looking at them like, they look awfully familiar, but I couldn't figure out what setting. Are these the little boys that dragged up to do Bang Bang? I think this is them. I've seen that video, but I didn't know that was the TNT Boys. I just seen it floating around on Facebook. So they're incredible. So what can we say about them? They've got very young voices, obviously, because they're very young boys. So nothing has dropped anywhere, but in the larynx, their voices haven't developed, deepened. So everything's so nice and crisp and clean and bright. Like, yeah, they sound kind of like the pop version of choir boys. Just angelic little voices, very, very crisp, very clean. They've got fantastic control of their kind of fine vocal movements, their fast little runs and little trills over things are very, very impressive. They know how to best use their different kinds of onsets, so your glottal, smooth, aspirate, they kind of use them in the right parts of the songs. Very, very advanced for their age, I would say. One of the biggest things that pops out at me though is the performance element. They are they're channeling divas, I would say. Now I know I've seen the Bang Bang video, maybe that's what's feeding into that, but just watching them, the little kind of facial expressions, they know that they're really good, and they know that they've got to perform this song with absolutely everything, and that's exactly what they're doing. So yeah, they channel little divas. So let's just keep going, because I could talk about them for days.
I see the shadows long beneath the mountain top. I'm not afraid when the rain won't stop, 'cause you light the way, you light the way, you light the way. I got all I need when I get through inside. I look around me, I see the swirling lights. Sun in the dark, put on my flashlight.
He was concentrating, waiting for that to happen. Oh.
Stuck in the dark, but you're my flashlight. You get on me, getting me through the night. Light, you're my flashlight. Light, you're my flashlight. Light. Oh, you're my flashlight. Oh.
Great unison. Of course you throw a whistle in. A little bit out of sync there, but...
TNT versions.
Oh, lads. That was incredible. I use that word too much, incredible, but that was incredible, so I'm going to use it again. They're just fantastic. They're beyond their years. I don't know how old they are, but they look about 10, maybe something like that. They have got really, really good harmonies. They're like mini Bee Gees or something. They're all very, very tight together, and they move at identical pace. And when you're doing that with like fast runs as well, that's not easy at all. Like most adults would struggle to do that. So they have got bags and bags and bags of talent. There was one point towards the end where the tempo was kind of coming down to end, and some of them are coming down a little bit slower than the others, and there was just a tiny little bit of they were singing a little bit out of sync, but they're 10 years old. Like, we need to cut them some slack, I think, because most adults, as I said, would struggle to do half of what they're doing. I'm so curious to see what their voices are going to develop into, because when everything matures and their voices change and they deepen and everything else, they will lose some of that top end to their voice. But while they're developing their singing styles, they're becoming really, really talented with like runs and riffs and stuff. That has the potential to get even stronger as they get older, because it's something that they'll practice more, it's something that'll become more comfortable to them. They might end up doing riffs right down into their lower registers, into places that are like deeper than they could ever possibly hit just now. So the sky is the limit for these boys, really. Yeah, I don't really have much else to kind of add apart from that they're just, the thing that really specifically jumped out at me as super impressive was that they were doing riffs in harmonies, like 3-part harmony riffs, like and then or whatever the riffs were. I don't even know if that would harmonise if you did it. Please don't put them together and find out. Probably sound like a dog's dinner. But you get the idea. So they're doing like complicated riffs in harmonies, and it's not phasing them at all. The wee lad with the ponytail doing his whistle tone, whistle register, was really, really impressive. The little one at the front, he had quite a nice richness to his voice. I liked the kind of airy style he brought to his verses. And the other wee guy at the other side, he was like technically like darting here than everywhere. His runs are like super pronounced, very, very punchy. So they each bring something to the table that's unique to them, and together, bring that together, and you've just got three tiny little boys that are possessed by divas who have got the talent of divas. How about that? Anyway, folks, I hope you liked that reaction. If you did, then give it a little like, a thumbs up down below. And if you want to see more from my good self, then hit subscribe and ring the bell. And anytime I put new videos out, you will be the first to know. Also, if you have any other suggestions for people to listen to, then drop them in the comments and I will take a look when I get a chance. So all that's left for me to say is thank you so much for joining me. I look like I put my face inside that cup. Anyway, folks, all that's left for me to say is thank you so much for joining me and goodbye. Bye. Bye.